Alright. Oh shit, yeah, okay, we got... Can we skip this cutscene? It's time for a final chapter. I did just a little bit of googling because I was worried about the marker fragment thing, which I'd heard about. Oh, no, we're here. I said I saw something about marker fragments just on YouTube. I hadn't even looked up anything related to Dead Space. It just happened to fucking pop up on my feed, like as I started this playthrough. But I didn't get any real spoilers from it. But I googled just what it was. I heard it was linked to an alternate ending. But I now know it's New Game Plus. It's not something I have to worry about at all. It's the New Game Plus gimmick which changes the ending to be more in line with Dead Space 2, apparently. It's not something I have to worry about at all. But it turns out I was actually correct when I was saying, like, oh, I found the marker replica little trophy thingy, and I couldn't do anything to it, so I wasn't doing anything wrong. Well, yeah, well, actually, the thing which I was referring to is actually where you take marker fragments, and then you place them there and you get some dialogue, and then it changes later dialogue. But I stopped watching once it started getting to here. It seems to me like this last chapter is probably going to be a chain of various combat set pieces. This is very cool to be off with Ishimura and on this planet. It feels like Doom. Actually, yeah, it really does feel like Doom. The architecture is actually similar in a way to the... I forget what it's called. UAC? Definitely resembles UAC shit. Blue fucking beams going to the sky, that's Doom. We're fucking playing Doom Eternal now. We're fighting demons. Unfortunately, the game doesn't give us a save point here. All we have is that autosave. Oh, never mind, there's a save. No, it's stasis. But this looks like it's going to be a combat encounter. But hopefully this level just isn't bloated. Okay. Okay.
Light in the sky.
Gravity tethers on the instrument. Feeling tectonic load. We don't have long before all that rock falls. How do we do this?
We return the marker to its pedestal. The loading track leads directly to...
Yeah, I was wondering, to what extent can a marker control our hallucinations? Does it simply make you go insane, or is it deliberately making Nicole tell us to do this? Because it knows that we will listen to Nicole. Because again, this is a tremendously shit idea. Why the fuck would we do this? Bring it here.
It'll work.
But that's gonna fall.
We'll be whole again. And you and I can be together.
Keep it together, Isaac.
Come on, we need to hurry.
We're gonna use that to destroy it though, aren't we? I mean, I don't see why we can't just blow it up. Doesn't look all that durable. would make sense if it has more direct control over what it is showing us. Yeah, I've learned that the game does indeed reward me for doing this. Seems like shit is just as crazy here as on the Ishimura. Hell, maybe even more crazy, actually. I wouldn't be surprised. Union Square mass suicide. Wow. Oh dear. Union Square mass suicide. Alright, I'm gonna make a new save slot. Just for like, to mark the start of this chapter, I think. Because also this chapter is completely different from the rest of the game. So we'll leave that there and then we'll use that slot. We still get our store. Which means I can put some of this back. Also, I found out there's other suits in the game. A bunch of them are DLC. I considered buying them because they look really cool. And there's another one you unlock after completing the game. We could get a Ripper damage boost. Oh, we're very close to a Flamethrower damage boost. Just one more node would make it. Don't care about line gun. We're done with you. We don't care about you. Also, I've heard. I started watching a video about completing game on Impossible before promptly getting bored and clicking off of it. But by the sounds of it, most people play this game only using like one or two weapons. So now I'm wondering, it's like, if you... I mean, something which I noticed, we got no ammo for a force gun because we just had it vaulted. So does that mean you can just, even if you collect a weapon, you can just ignore it? And would that actually make your ammo economy better? If I only had a plasma cutter, would I only get plasma cutter ammo? Then that's interesting. I'm thinking flamethrower damage. Wait, hopefully this chapter isn't too long. I want to know what happened to Cross, the woman that was in hydroponic. I don't remember anything happening to her.
binds us. But there's a dead space in that signal. Around the marker itself. The eye of the storm. They can't stay in it for long.
I've seen it. This pedestal. Why there?
It amplifies. The marker's pulse will be felt across the planet. The dead will sleep. And the living will see what can't be forgotten.
Changes us, recombines us. It's a dead space map signal around the marker itself. The Eye Storm, they can't stay in it for long. Okay. I've heard that the title Dead Space could refer to humanity being the last sentient beings in the universe due to everything else being taken over by necromorphs. Which is similar to how in Halo it's theorized that the Flood could have taken over the rest of the universe. Which is fucking horrifying. There's something I was about to say. Oh yeah, it said cannot confirm rig ID. So once again, you're fine. Maybe I shouldn't have done it. I wonder if it's possible to throw something out of bounds. I'm not about to try. Thank God. I didn't even mean to do it. So it's just going to be like one long escort mission for the marker. But I feel like a lot of the mystique of the marker's been removed. And again, it's a lot less intimidating with how small it actually is. It's only like 3 or 4 times our height. Of course, we now know it's a human creation. Ah. I was hoping we'd get a lot more outside areas, obviously, to take advantage of a new setting. Okay.
Unknown biohazard detected. Quarantine in progress.
Sorry lad, not on my A game quite yet. Definitely, we need to be careful about approaching the marker. Okay. We're in a bad way. That's fine. At least you can rest assured knowing there's not going to be any more hunters in the game. That's one and done. Isn't there a shooter around?
Lifting quarantine.
Okay,
Do you
it's
miss
not so bad.
Isaac
The Galleon team. Yeah.
and your parents? Your mother was a unitologist. She believed.
She believed so much it killed her. Is this what she would have wanted?
She did. Would that make this easier?
Maybe it's a good thing I'll never know.
It is crazy that Isaac didn't have lines in the original. Also, I'm wondering, did the original come out before or after Halo 3? It came out in the same year as Halo 3, I'm pretty sure. Which also, yeah, a lot of people, I see a lot of people under the comments comparing it to the original, saying, oh man, even the original graphics were groundbreaking. And I'm like, they're not bad, they are good. Even by today, they are stylized enough to definitely be passable at the very least. And the sound design is also brilliant. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Halo 3 was out at the time, or at the very least it released in the same year as the original Dead Space. And then Halo 3 in 2008 on an Xbox 360 looks better than a lot of games today. And I don't mean fucking stylization or everything, just genuinely just graphics fidelity. It just looks better. It is crazy how fucking good Halo 3 looked in 2008, man. The only fucked up part of that game was like the faces. The faces haven't aged well. But other than that, fucking hell, Halo 3 looks gorgeous. So, granted, I'm pretty sure, I mean, at that point, Halo was the pioneer, it was the pinnacle of game graphics at the time. Lots of stasis. Why so much stasis? Again, I really like Isaac as a protagonist. As of now, I'd say he's probably my second favorite horror protagonist, just overall. Only behind Leon Kennedy. And even then, that's just because Leon's just a fucking Sigma, and so it's impossible to not love him. I'm just trying to think of, like, what other horror protagonists do I even like, though? Horror protagonists are known for not being good. James Sunderland, I have a lot of problems with James Sunderland. I have a lot of problems with Silent Hill 2. I do not think it's the fucking best game ever made, like people say it is. I think it looks good for its time. I think even with fucking remaster, which like improved voice acting, is still weird. And as some people say it's intentional, it's not intentional. It's bad voice acting. I think the music is really good, but some of it is misused and weird. And I have various problems with the story, primarily in that I kind of don't care about the main twist, and also the main twist is really predictable. It's not quite as predictable as Nicole being dead, but it is pretty damn predictable. And so you kind of don't give a shit when it happens, even though that is like the main thing which makes people say it's a masterpiece. It is very spooky of a game, I'll give it that. Its ending system has some good things about it, has some bad things about it. It's better than Signalis' ending system. It's the same kind of thing where, like, the different things you do accrue points, and then whichever ending you have the most points towards is what you get. Signalis does it really badly, because for Signalis, the main thing which matters is how many enemies you kill and how long it takes you to play the game. Those are the two main things which matter, which are the two worst metrics you could possibly choose. Because, survival horror encourages you to take things at your pace in order to conserve resources, and it encourages you to not kill enemies to conserve resources. And then the game punishes you for that by giving you a bad ending. It's fucking awful in Signalis. In Silent Hill 2, it's actually good, and I like it. It just has, like, there's certain things which fuck the endings up. Like, I got, like, the worst ending in the game because of one moment where basically what I did, the game interpreted as me expressing concern for the character that had just died. A character died in a cutscene, and then you leave a room, and I went to go turn around and try to enter a room again, and because of that, I got a point towards another ending, and that put me onto that ending. Otherwise, I would have gone another one. I don't remember which it was, but it would have been another one. But I didn't try to go into that room because I liked that character. I didn't like that character. I tried to go into a room because I thought I saw shotgun ammo during the cutscene where they died. So I wanted to go into a room to pick up a shotgun ammo, and because of that, I got a bad ending. But that is one tiny little fuck up, and I mean I was probably wrong. It probably wasn't shotgun ammo, but I thought there was. So it's kind of on me. It is a dumb point. It shouldn't be that strict with it. But it's nowhere near as bad as Signalis. But yeah, I have problems with Silent Hill too, and I definitely prefer Isaac to James Sunderland. Yeah, Isaac isn't a super deep character, but he's really likable, and I just respect him going through this.
Isaac, there's no power in this section. The marker won't move. We're losing time.
It's okay. Hit test connection. What's it say?
Power failure detected. Tether generator. Gravity control.
One of the ground side gravity tethers. Maybe a busted power line. I'm on it.
Please hurry. We can't fail now.
Could the line gun work against them? I want to try. At least that way I can say I did try it. Honestly, I don't think they should place... I would have way less problem with these guys if they didn't place down turrets like that. And instead what they did is they just poked their tentacles out, and then after a second of you being in their line of sight, they'll shoot at you. I think that would be way better, but the fact that they just spit out turrets whilst being immune to damage... Again, I like to restate this. When they are shooting out, when they are spawning turrets, they are immune to damage. There's nothing you can do to stop it. And you don't get any ammo back for killing the turrets. And they can do it infinitely. And the hit section of the tentacles is fucking bullshit. They're the tankiest enemy in the game. They have even more health than brutes, I fucking swear. It's just ridiculous. How can I possibly line up an angle? I do respect the AI on them is pretty fucking smart. They play some poets really well. That's not great. That's also not great. Oh my god. Okay, well now it's kind of just there. Oh, is it working? I think it cut one off. Does that work? I think it's just instantly fucking hitting it. Might actually be a bad thing. Okay, enough of playing around with this. Right. Also, of course, you have to just wait for it to poke its tentacles out. Did that one survive? The fact they're immune to damage when they're spitting out turrets is just fucking ridiculous. Cool. That was my damage opportunity right there. That was it. God, you guys are insufferable. They have very little health, don't they? Does that kill? No. Also, there's that. The fact we're better at shooting than the babies are. Quite frankly, these enemies are some of the worst I've ever encountered in any video game. These are just fucking awful. Okay, you done? How do we get our line ammo back? I do suppose you could try to use stasis on them somehow if you have perfect fucking timing. Use stasis when they shoot out their tentacles. That gives you more time to line up a shot. That's really stretching there. Honestly, let's keep the line gun. Let's try to use it. That's the first time we've used it in the whole game, and it wasn't the worst. It did take out some of the tentacles for us. That just gave us 3 nodes. Also, yeah, I want to use a gravity gun at some point. Also, I started watching Jacksepticeye's playthrough, but he stated 5 seconds in that he's played the game before, and so I stopped watching. Because I'm way less interested in a playthrough where it's not blind.
Cross-contamination field engaged.
I said I thought Markiplier wouldn't do a playthrough, but he has actually. I don't know if he's played it before, so I didn't check out his playthrough, but I saw it on my feed. So I will probably go try it sometime. Yeah, I really want to finish the game tonight. Don't have uni tomorrow or on Thursday. But next week, my uni decided that next week we're gonna have a 2-hour presentation on our modules we can take next year. But they decided to put that at the single worst possible time. They went out of their way to find the worst possible time to schedule the event just to piss everyone off. They put it on Wednesday at 3 to 5 o'clock. So first of all, it's an end of day class, 3 to 5 o'clock. Ugh. It's an end of day time slot, which is fucking annoying. On top of that, it's also on a fucking Wednesday. No one has classes on Wednesday. No one has classes on Wednesday. I don't have any classes on Wednesday. No one on my course has classes on Wednesday. And people in other departments also don't have fucking... Or on other courses in the same department don't have classes on Wednesdays either. No one is in the fucking uni on Wednesdays. But they decided, nah, fuck it. Everyone has to come in on Wednesday now. Not to mention, of course, for commuting students like me, it just ruins our day. It just takes away our Wednesday. Because regardless of when it happens, even if it's 3 o'clock, I still have to be ready to commute early in the fucking morning. So the later in the day a class is, just the more of my day it deletes. Because I can't really do anything prior to that. I can't play fucking Dead Space before I go to uni, because I don't know how long I'm going to be playing Dead Space for. I don't know how often I'll get to save. Same for when I start playing Final Fantasy Remake after this. I'm not going to be able to do that. So all it does is just delete on a Wednesday. Wednesday, normally my day off. By putting that so late into the afternoon, you've deleted my Wednesday, my day off, which I do not fucking appreciate. This uni, man, it's fucking awful.
Power restored to West generator. Power restored to East generator.
I don't know what that did for me. I was busy looking away. Do you want me to unplug this? There's more stuff to shoot. Also, why is the Marcus? Why are necromorphs attacking us if we're working for the marker right now? I mean, I don't have confirmation that is happening, but I'm pretty sure that is what is happening. We're helping the marker right now. It's manipulating us into taking it back to a hive mind. So why is it sending necromorphs to kill us, and why is it inconveniencing us with these biomass things right now? That's counter to its goals. Do I pull you out of here?
Emergency elevator offline. Notifying maintenance.
Alright, no escape.
Power restored to central generator. Power restored to tether generators. Ready for restart. Restarting tether. Now entering zero gravity.
Janet Isaac, power is slowing again. Come back to the marker quickly. The excavation site's just up ahead. Make us whole.
Thank fuck that worked. I think I almost fucked up. Okay. Obviously, I just don't like going places without maximum stasis. Where did I get so much ammo for you? Are we good? This does have a lot of ammo. That makes me want to use it. Should switch back to Ripper. Always have a Ripper on. Always, always. The Ripper is just like an immediate panic button weapon. It is so much existential security.
Exiting zero gravity.
When I say existential security, I basically mean like a panic button. This is something which means like I won't just fucking die. I can stop myself from dying if I ever want to. Like, I'm in control of the situation. Okay, thanks for giving me an autosave there, game. I didn't know I was about to get fucked. That just, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong there. I shot the guy in the leg instead of the arm. A brute showed up, and then there was an explosive guy. Good to know, it actually does AoE damage to other necromorphs as well. Okay. Okay, we have stasis right there. Double slow. Wait, you're dead already? Seems I picked up some health items at some point without realizing it. Can I save? We did literally just get an autosave. It's fine. See, I like that's good usage of this stuff. It forces you to use stasis if you want to even fucking think of fucking about in that area. That's good level design. just, to me, it's just a shame that they're doing these curated combat encounters now, when instead of like during parts of the game where I was complaining about it being bloated. Because this is how you deal with bloat, by replacing the bloat with interesting combat encounters or horrifying sequences. But a significant portion of the second third of the game, I think just kind of sucks. Five nodes. Oh, that's juicy. And I was right, this is literally just like an escort mission for a marker. Which I'm fine with as long as it doesn't go on forever. Fucking hell, this is gonna go on forever, isn't it? Right. So yeah, like, this is the marker impeding the marker's progress. But why? You're just an idiot. Really needs to, like, if an enemy is behind the UI, or like if you aim down sights, it takes away the UI. That's genuinely a massive inconvenience. It actually covers up the enemy when you're trying to aim at it. That's problem only gets worse and worse as the game goes on, as you're more and more encouraged to use a variety of weapons. So you're swapping more and therefore suffering more. That looks like rock. Huh. Oh god. Okay, line gun could be good here. Please don't tell me that's a turret. Is there a stasis vehicle in there? I don't think there is. No. Just take this nice and slow. I don't have a lot of like HP items I could buy, and so I just want to make sure I conserve these. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I imagine the hive mind is going to be our final boss fight, and that thing is probably going to require some HP. Granted, I mean, I thought the marker was massive, and it turns out it's pretty small. So maybe the hive mind is like a little bit bigger than a caterpillar. Oh. Can I just burn you? What happens if I just burn you? Also, the reason why they glow red is when they approach the marker, that's what they meant a minute ago about that thing. when Nicole said that, I think it was. And that's why the hunter was glowing red before as well. Really? That doesn't work? Wait, you guys hurt? That's the first time in the game you've seen one of those attack. I thought they were harmless. I was just putting them out of their misery the whole time. They actually attack? Motherfucker. Okay, thank you. Are we clear? So, just gonna go save. Anyone want to say hello real quick? It's just locked now. There's still this event yet to be busted. Again, spending this much time this close to a marker is a bad idea. From one perspective, like, I get having an object this relatively small be able to have such a fucking powerful effect. That is, in a way, intimidating, but I don't know, it just doesn't evoke anything in me. I feel like it would work a lot better in Eldritch Horror if it went relatively unexplained, and if it were just bigger. I'm not asking for it to be massive, I'm saying like a 2-story house or something. Like up to the ceiling, or at least beyond the ceiling there. We're back outside.
You're almost there, Isaac. Get the marker to the pedestal. Hurry!
Motherfucker! I am helping you! Alright, I have a feeling what I was doing with these guys before was overkill. I think we can probably take them out in just a couple pulse shots. Also, I found out Mercer's death in the original was different, in a really interesting way. I've seen a lot of people say his original death is better. Also, his character is a little bit different in the original, so that kind of makes the comparison harder. I think they're both okay deaths. I don't think either of them are spectacular. Both of them have upsides and downsides. Both of them portray a different perspective on how the villain should get his comeuppance. In the original, instead, what he does is one of the infection forms finds him, and he just fucking FaceTimes you and says, "Look at this, I'm gonna die now, haha, I'm gonna become a necromorph. Convergence, yay." And then it starts infecting him, and it does kill him, but if you're fast enough, you can stop it from turning him into a necromorph. So instead it will just kill him, and then he'll be a headless body. If you're too slow, then he becomes a necromorph, and then you kill him really easily. He's weaker than like a regular necromorph. So either you get to deny him what he wanted, or you get to, you kind of say, literally people said like, wow, people said like, they exclaimed when they did it the first time, they're like, wow, that was just pathetic, all that work just to go down like that. And I think that was intentional. And like both of those are, I mean, first of all, it's cool that there's like two different ways that situation can then go. And it's a cool way to handle it. But of course, there is the other perspective. I mean, as far as he knows, he got what he wanted. He did die getting in the process of infection. So, I mean, as far as he's concerned, he won. Whereas in this game, he gets a very brief moment of realization that he was a fucking idiot all along. And that he was working for a marker that doesn't give a fuck about him and just crushed him for no reason. And he does get to join it, but not by being a necromorph. He just gets absorbed into a biomass, which is great. So I think both deaths are fine. With different interpretations of an end to a character. I don't think either is bad, I don't think either is particularly good. But as far as survival horror deaths go, I think they're decent, at least. Better than fucking, what happens to the, I forget what it's called, the military ship. That was just so silly. Like that's a moment of UI pissing me off. Again, they really should get rid of the UI the moment you aim down sights. I'm pretty sure Resident Evil does that. If it does, at least it has the UI in a position of the screen where it doesn't cover up your fucking cursor. Also, something they easily could have done to encourage more weapon variety is to do what Resident Evil 4 Remake did. I think Resident Evil 4 Remake came out after this, but The Last of Us also did it. So, and that is to have a double D-pad, so you can press left twice, down twice. That way you can equip 8 weapons at once instead of 4. It's so simple, yet so fucking good. I think we can use a line gun, actually. They both break out of here, don't they? That's not great. It's nice that the game allows you to do that. There we go, that'll work. Right. Wonderful. Clip that. So there you go, that's a nice little moment. This gun working as intended. Can I still collect it? Probably not. I'm scared to walk in front of it. What did that achieve? So what do I do here? Game? Am I an idiot? Am I a blind streamer? I used to have sight like you, and then I became a streamer. Nice jump! I'm not even mad. Like, genuinely, just good jump, bro. That was respectable. Of course, he landed the hit. Should start using the explosive more again.
Please, Isaac, the highlight is coming. You have to make us whole.
I wonder if in the original Nicole being dead was more obvious, or was less clear. In a game which is all about precision shooting, you should not fucking be locking off my UI like that. Oh god, this is a active necromorph transformation. Okay. If you want me to help you, why are you trying to kill me? How have I lost 100 rounds from this? I thought I had 200 rounds in it. Or was it 200 rounds including the 80? Maybe it was that.
Now reunited with the pedestal.
Did that just knock the ammo off the map? Door's locked again. Okay.
Thank you, Isaac. I always believed in you.
Nicole.
We're whole again. We are
Emergency. Geo-orbital gravity tethers offline. Tectonic load released. Impact imminent.
Why are you determined to kill yourself?
Evacuate immediately.
What? The mark is trying to make me help it, but its own minions keep trying to kill me, and then the moment I finally help it do its thing, it then decides, fuck it, let's Age of Ultron this shit.
Buys time.
Rerouting gravity tether controls.
Come on, come on.
Forget it, Isaac. There's no fixing this.
Let her go, Daniels.
Oh,
Let who go? Can't you see how delusional you are?
We've got to go. The payload for the planet crack is about to fall.
I gave you a chance to come around, Isaac. But if you still won't see it, I'll help you. One last time. Rig override. This time, watch to the end.
Isaac, it's me.
oh dear.
I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I just wish I could talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening. Strange. Such a little thing. Just had a talk. That's all this research was in the end. Not much, is it? Just how to make it listen when he begged for convergence. But I had a different prayer. It spoke. And then it listened. Make this stop, I said. Maybe it understood, but... I can't return what was taken. Why can't I see you again, Isaac? I loved you.
did we technically kill Nicole? Because all of the dead biomass on the ship got merged into all the shit, didn't it? Or at least most of it. So she might be part of that.
She's Elizabeth Cross, that scientist from hydroponics. You both saw what the marker wanted you to see. Jacob Temple for her, and Nicole for you. Jacob.
Oh.
No.
No, she can't be. What the hell did you do?
You did this to yourself. Nicole's been dead this whole time. You just couldn't handle it, could you? Because if she's gone,
It's not my fault, it's the
at
marker.
least now it'll be in safe hands. The marker won't turn anyone else into its puppet. Give me the loader remote. No. It's over. We're holding.
Wait. Okay, so the entire time we've been working with Cross. Oh, okay, that's a good way to spin it. Okay. So when I said, oh, Isaac's an engineer, he's just gonna know that stuff. No, we were talking to someone. That's that's fucking hilarious, actually. So we're talking to Elizabeth, but Elizabeth Cross, is that her name? Cross. I remember what her first name is. We're talking to Cross, and we think she's Nicole, and she's talking to us, thinking we're Jacob Temple, who is the guy that Dr. Mercer blew his fucking brains out, whilst Isaac did nothing to help. Yeah, that was a fucking awful situation. I don't know why Isaac did that. Like, I get, Isaac is not a seasoned fucking super spy fucking legend or anything like that. But, it's kind of just logic. When Mercer applies stasis doesn't last forever. And Jacob has a fucking gun. If you simply just wait, if you just bought more time, Jacob could have gone out of stasis and shot Mercer, but whatever, that scene happened a while ago. But anyway, so we're talking to Cross thinking she's Nicole, and she's talking to us thinking we're Jacob, and somehow we made it this far.
Holy cat. For Christ's sake, I'm not going to ask again, Cross.
No, enough people have died.
Then just do it. I've got nothing left to lose.
Cross!
It's better this way, Isaac. You'll never recover from what the marker's done to you. And when the
Understandable.
tectonic load drops, all this will be buried. Just like Earth goes on it.
Oh, she's not killing us, she's sending us away.
Evacuate to safe location.
Yeah, I don't think Kendra's a bad person. It seems like, I mean, her original, I don't quite remember what happened, but it seems like she's definitely been affected by this, and she's kind of taken her orders a little bit into her own hands. I don't think she was ordered to destroy the marker, but it seems she is intending to destroy it. So, she's not doing the wrong thing.
Before she leaves.
She's, I mean, like, what else do you do in this situation? Oh boy. I wonder why the game is giving me lots of shit. Shout out to the fucking, like, 1,000 credits we just got and all of that. Also, it would appear I think we did miss a weapon upgrade. I think we missed, I don't remember which weapon it was, but I think we missed one. This is it. Alright. Look at that level design again, leading us back here. Alright. Imagine the moment we leave this room, the hive mind's gonna have some words. Okay. For this... Okay. Is that 5 full heals? 5 full heals and then some. I have a feeling a flamethrower is not going to be all that good against this thing. Maybe the same for Ripper. Just load ourselves up with magnum ammo. Way more than enough to kill it. That's a good amount. 107 shots. Of course, actually divide that by 3, that's 30. I think that's pretty good. Oh, I want more plasma cutter. Also, let me actually... Yeah. Give me that. We have 6 nodes and we can buy plenty more if I wanted to. We made it through the entire game without ever using a single one of these. I think I've proven my point, we do not need these. So let's finally embark on the great journey of selling all our stasis and oxygen. But maybe keep one for this boss fight. Maybe stasis will be useful in it. Yeah, let's save one just in case. We're not going to need oxygen. That's... for some reason the game forces you to do it that way. Sure. This is a pretty stacked inventory, I think. 28. Let's just max stack all of ammo is all max stacked. Oh, except for Ripper. Okay, now let's save again. It could be overkill. This reminds me of how in Resident Evil 2 Remake, when you get to the final boss and then you use all of your gunpowder and you're like, wow, this alone is enough ammo to play through a game 5 times. We didn't need any of that shit. We didn't need any of that shit. Now we do have 6, and we could get even more if I wanted to. I doubt if Ripper's going to see much use in this fight. If there are ads, then maybe. Contact beam can't even get more damage. This is, yeah, we missed a contact beam upgrade, which is a shame. There's probably some damage in there. It's a real shame we missed that. Of course, I believe its primary fire is like a shotgun. I think I've seen a clip of it being used. A flamethrower is probably useless in this fight, but it doesn't matter. I think we're fine. I think we're in the clear regardless. We don't really need primary fire damage. We're probably not going to use it at all. It might be good actually to just go for pulse rifle damage. Yeah, fuck it. Increase the rate of fire. More DPS. I know that when you start New Game Plus, the new suit costs you 99 grand. So, I mean, if we finish the game with 68, that already puts us most of the way there. Alright. Let's dead to this space. Did I already say that earlier? It's been a good chapter. I really like it. Should I get more plasma cutter ammo? Yeah. Actually, we only have one mag of flamethrower ammo. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3. Then buy 1. And then... Are you serious? Why you like this game? Just let me take the fucking ammo. Also... Just in case. Let's see, I think I'm gonna... Let's get rid of the flamethrower. Chances are it's not going to be good in a boss fight. And we don't need to worry about resources. We have so much fucking healing. And I don't plan to play New Game Plus, not for a while. Oh, even more shit. Never mind.
This is Sergeant Bram Newman. P-Tech evacuation report. The shuttle is gone. Took off and then crashed right back down into the bay. Took a whole crowd with it. Must be 100 people dead. We've lost the rest of the shuttles. God help us. There's no way out. Anyone hearing this, do not land. I repeat, do not land on Aegis 7. Fuck the Ishimura. They left us to die.
Maybe it'd be good to actually improve its reload speed. It's really unfortunate we missed this contact beam upgrade wherever it was. So that potentially would have given us even more damage on it. Regardless, a little bit extra reload speed. Sure. Is this not a room I thought it was? I could have sworn we were in this room beforehand. I guess I just didn't go back there.
Last warning, Isaac. I mean it.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh dear. Get the fuck up.
Isaac.
Oh. There she goes. She wasn't the bad person. She was just trying to deal with her shit. Well, there's all our loot for a fight. This is the end of Resident Evil 4 Remake. Fucking hell. Okay, let's go. That's pretty hard to aim. Whoa. Is it even hurting if I miss? Wow, that is a big fire rate boost actually. Is it getting closer? Oh, okay. Going fine so far. Okay, there is stasis here. Stasis doesn't seem to do anything for us. Fuck, we already burnt through a lot of ammo actually. And we do have ads. Tension of a fight's put my fucking aim off. Right, even more ammo. Almost used the wrong fucking weapon. So awkward to use. Okay. Okay. Come on. Ouchie. Ouchie. Stasis doesn't seem to work on it. It's a little bit hard to tell what these stack pans actually mean. Okay. How am I doing on health? Okay, we still got several full heals left. That's not great. There goes one of them. Okay. Move to the right. Okay. Move to the left. Alright. Charge our wheels move. That's categorically bullshit. Oh, we picked up stasis pad. This isn't the best weapon to use for this. Do we get it? That was surprisingly easy. It did cost us a good chunk of health, but like, canonically speaking, I was thinking there's no way we can actually kill it. We just have to get off and hope it dies to the thing. Alright. I hope the audio quality doesn't suck. I should turn the game down. Turning the game down, although it means I can't hear the game as well, it also means the audio quality is better on the stream. So. Holy shit! We got into space real quick. Dead space completed. What about Ishimura? The original ending, doesn't Nicole just like scream at you or something? Good job, Adam Sandler. You should be proud. You made it out of it with some amount of sanity, I think.
Isaac, it's me.
Oh dear.
Oh, I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry.
Oh dear. Okay. I don't fast forward through fucking credits. Fuck you. Mixed feelings about that actual ending. I mean, that's like the one instance of an actual jump scare in the game. And it comes right at the very end. This game did very good without actual jump scares. It was all about tension building, primarily through sound design. And also through, I wouldn't say visuals, but through visual cues. And by visual cues, I mean a necromorph fucking running at you. The second third of the game is not great. They kind of give up on curated combat scenarios for that moment, and it's just tedious bullshit. And then the fucking Valor shows up, and that plot point is disastrous. But after that, the last couple chapters of the game, the last quarter, pick it back up. I don't think it reached how great the first third was, but it redeemed the second third, I think. This last bit. These last combat encounters were pretty fun. Still a good bit tense, but again, the thing is, with style horror, there's always a point where the horror wears off. And at that point is when you should focus on curated combat experiences. You keep it short, you keep it snappy, but you keep it effective. And thankfully that is basically what they did there. It wasn't super short, that was still an hour and a half. But yeah, that was a good last chapter. The graphics of this game, brilliant. There is a little bit of texture pop in. There is on every fucking PlayStation game. To a point where I feel like it's less of the game's fault and more of a PlayStation 5 being a shitty console. Because yeah, it's on every PS5 game. It's on Genshin Impact. It's on literally everything. I don't think it's, quite frankly, I don't think it's on the developers. I think it's probably that the PS5 just doesn't have much processing power or something. So much fucking texture popping. But it wasn't bad in this game, but PS5 in general just has a lot of texture popping. There was some in this game, I definitely noticed it fairly often, at least like once every 30 minutes. At least. It was there, it was more than it should have been, but it didn't ruin the experience. It didn't. There was a point where I lost my immersion. I don't know when it was. I can't pinpoint it down. I can't pinpoint what caused it, but at some point that happened, and at that point the game lost a lot of its fun factor and it lost all of its fear factor. I don't quite know why that was or when that was, but it just disappeared. And although the fun came back in those last couple chapters, the fear didn't. Nicole being dead, it's hardly a twist. I doubt anyone in history was surprised by it. Didn't really actually do a whole lot with it. All it really amounts to is a fucking reveal, which is actually a little bit funny, that you're actually with Cross the whole time, and kind of jump scare at the end. It's a little bit unfortunate that after all of that, you still get a bleak ending, but I mean, it makes sense for the tone the story wants to go for. Because Dead Space 3, the DLC for it, which as far as I'm aware is a continuation of the story, it ends with either a hallucination of Earth getting destroyed or Earth getting destroyed. This is a bleak universe. Oh, the voice acting. The voice acting in this game was really good, actually. It was just spot on. There's no, like, standout... No, there is a standout performance. Whoever does Isaac. His shouts and stuff, his voice acting, his line there with a hive mind, this is all I have left or whatever, that was a really well delivered line. He really nails the emotion. Yeah, I like Isaac as a protagonist. He's pretty damn good. He's not a deep character by any means, but he's relatable. He's Adam Sandler. He well voice acted, which helps you to connect with him. He's well animated. His armor is iconic. His weapons are iconic. He's in a perfect state of not quite an underdog, because although he's by no means military, he is an engineer, and I mean his starting weapon was a plasma cutter, which I imagine is in this universe is like an engineer's tool. So he was by no means qualified to go up against zombies, but he wasn't quite the average Joe. And I think that's a really good setup to allow this to work. Like, Leon works as a protagonist, or like he doesn't break immersion, because in Resident Evil 2 he's a cop, so he'd be good with a gun. And in Resident Evil 4 he becomes James Bond, basically, in Resident Evil 4, so it's fair enough. Claire Redfield, I don't know how did that happen. I guess Chris, maybe, trained Claire. But as far as horror protagonists go, Isaac Clarke is really good. This game's sound design, brilliant. This is some of the best sound design of any game ever, quite frankly. Music, though, not a lot of standout music. Quite frankly, I cannot remember a single piece of music from this game. But the general sound design is really damn good. Blending the monster sounds into the machinery sounds, really good, because it makes you unsure as to what is machinery, what is actually a monster that's just jumped out behind you. The whispers that you can start hearing and shit, and wondering whether or not those are actual whispers or if that's people. The same for like when you hear screams. It is also never answered, which I like as well. They probably are hallucinations, just considering because of course most people are dead. But it's possible that it is people screaming faintly in the background. And so all that works really good. I should look up the ultimate ending. My phone's charged. I'm now realizing the thumbnail of a video I was talking about of the dialogue differences between the marker fragments is actually a hive mind. I just didn't catch that. I thought it was part of the engineering tech. So it was yellow, and I saw biomass, and I was like, oh, that's engineering. Because I never looked at it for too long, obviously, because I was afraid of spoilers. Yeah, that's just a hive mind, right? Fuck off, TikTok. Dialogue differences. Okay. The ending, and then the bad ending, or the alternate ending.
Yeah, we were lucky to see her in her prime.
Oh God! Oh, turn the game down, damn it. Cool music. Like, there definitely were like good music moments, but I just can't remember any of them. I would say that they're good. The music is good, but it's not iconic or anything. I've literally already forgotten all of the music. I cannot remember a single piece from the game. Alright, so Isaac says what he just went through was seeing the Ishimura in its prime. Alright, that's good.
Are we going home, Isaac? There's so much work to do.
Soon, I promise. Gotta build a little something first.
Oh, he's Bob the Builder now. I mean, it makes sense to build something. He's an engineer, he can do that.
What is it?
It's a surprise, sweetie. But I think you're gonna like it.
She's gonna build it. He wants to build the marker himself. Oh, and her rig doesn't have health in it. That's a cool detail. See? Oh. So, I mean, that's just showing that she's dead and he just doesn't care. Yeah, I'm not fuck off. I'm not a fan of that ending. I mean, it's cool, but not for, like, the protagonist main character. There's nothing interesting, particularly, about that to me. I mean, I feel like we did a relatively good job, actually, of keeping our sanity, quite frankly. We never turned on anyone else. Even to the end there, we were trying to help Kendra. Oh, Daniel's death cuts in original versus remake. Oh, so in the original it's just fucking merciless. She just gets knocked down and then just immediately smeared. Which makes sense, because the original version of her is like meaner. She is just a bad person in the original, she's a bitch. The remake, they did a good job of reworking her character. I'm not a fan of the market. But I'm not. I don't. Signalis was clearly inspired by this, and Signalis wanted to go for the Eldritch Horror. The thing which fucking disappointed me so much about Signalis was the Eldritch Horror was literally all in the head. It was literally all in a dream, but not in any particularly interesting way. There is a way for Signalis' story to work to me, if you build on existential dread more, but also I don't feel like it's a good story to tell with the gameplay that it has. And still just having a bait and switch of oh, it's an Eldritch Abomination and it's the Flood, but a little bit more red. So it's Dead Space, basically. What just sucks about it is just a complete bait and switch. The Eldritch Abomination stuff is kind of completely irrelevant to everything. I never finished Signalis, of course. I gave up on the final arc. I don't remember how much of Signalis did I stream. I don't remember. Can I search like my own videos? Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, it's the enormous man. Oh, such a disappointment. But yeah, Kendra's little exposition dump on the marker basically removed all mystique about it. As I feel like it would, the story would work way better if we just didn't really understand what the marker was. If it was just fucking there. And we fully lean into it being a Eldritch abomination. Holy fuck, a lot of people worked on this game. Oh, we can afford a suit. And we get 10 nodes. And extra text logs, I guess. Cool. So yeah, I think the first half or third of the game, up to like chapter 6, is easily the best part of the game, by far. Then the like second third of the game dramatically falls off. It's tedious, it isn't scary, it's just fucking annoying. It basically takes away everything that was fun about the game. The last like quarter or the last third ish, I don't know. The last couple chapters in the last like 2 streams we did, they brought it back. They didn't bring it back to as good as the first half, but they did bring it back halfway there. This is definitely worth playing. Would I put it above Resident Evil 2 Remake? I definitely prefer Isaac as a character to Resident Evil 2 Remake Leon. But obviously that's not the only version of Leon. Leon also continues in future games. However, Isaac does also continue in future games. Technically. Actually, in the original he never speaks. He only speaks in Dead Space 2 and 3, which might not ever get remade. So technically, this is all we have in this continuity. But that's getting into technicalities there. Again, I don't think this game has much replayability, unfortunately. In large part because of that really shitty third of the game. Unfortunately, a lot of the enemies or sections of the game are just annoying. They're not scary, they're not fun to fight, they're not interesting, they just suck. The main culprit is the turrets. By far the main culprit is the turrets. They're just fucking awful. The speedsters are a bit annoying, but whatever, they're fine. Yeah, I don't feel like... I feel like I would do New Game Plus, but in like a couple of years or something. Again, I've played Resident Evil 2 Remake about 10 times. I played Resident Evil 4 over 20 times. I've lost count. I stopped counting after 20. It's over 20. Maybe over 25 now. It's definitely not 30, but it might be over 25. And that's that many times, and I think it's only been 2.5 years since I first played Resident Evil 4. I think I first played it in like spring or summer 2021 or 2020. No, I think it was 2021. I think it was the same time as I started playing Celeste, which I think makes it 2021. Because 2020 was Warframe. That's when I put in thousands of hours into Warframe. So it would be 2021. Which would make it, yeah, about 2.5 years. So, in about 2.5 years, I played Resident Evil 4 over 20 times. So we're looking at 10 times a year. That's how fucking replayable Resident Evil 4 is. It is incredible. That is not true for this game, and it is also not true for Resident Evil 4 Remake. I played Resident Evil 4 Remake once, and then I started a professional playthrough and dropped it. And then I started a New Game Plus playthrough, and I also dropped that. I think I have yet... Have I completed a second playthrough of Resident Evil 4 Remake? I don't think I have. The remake makes a lot of improvements, but it also takes a lot of steps back, unfortunately. And yeah, the final boss battle of Resident Evil 4 Remake is very similar, actually, to a Hive Mind. In some ways. I mean, specifically the final section. I mean, yeah, literally both are about dodging tentacles. Both of them are. But, oh man, that final phase though, oh, why the fuck did they do that? That's get way too over the top for me. In that final phase, especially like when Leon jumps like fucking 50 feet into the air. No one points that out that Leon does that, but Leon does that in that cutscene. He jumps like 2 fucking stories. It's absurd, but no one cares. Now, people say the original Resident Evil 4 was goofy like that. No, it wasn't. Leon does a couple of flips. he doesn't suddenly gain fucking superpowers. This has turned into playing about Resident Evil 4 Remake. I'm tempted to jump into a rant about how that final section of a boss is what they could have done with Salazar. Which it is. It really is what they could have done with Salazar. This game's boss battles, speaking of. The Leviathan boss battles, great. Those were great. What boss battles do we actually have? Right? This is a Brute. Brute is not a boss battle. This was the first Leviathan. Was this the second Leviathan? Were the only boss fights in game Leviathan? There's also kind of the last boss fight against the Hunter. You could count the Hunter encounters as boss fights. Some of the Hunter encounters were good, some of them were not so much. The final one was nice. I won't count them as boss battles. They're pretty simple. Though the way you had to shoot his legs off, then stasis him, and then go activate the engines, that was a really good idea. That was really cool. And I love how naturally you figure that out as well. It makes perfect sense in the universe. It's not forced at all. The game tells you to test the engines, which makes sense. And then that tells you how to use them, and then he shows up. And then you're like, well, how the fuck can I get rid of him? Wait a second, can I still use those engines? And yes, you can. So that was good. Leviathan fights used 0G, they were great. Both of them were fantastic. The final boss fight there was good. Out of all of the boss fights, though, I would definitely put it as the worst. I mean, it literally had 2 attacks, and it summoned enemies once. But overall, I'm glad I stuck with the game. That was worth it. Maybe I'll replay this in a couple years. The next game I play should be Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, I think. There's so many different versions of it, I don't fucking understand. I hope I have the right one. There's Rebirth coming out, I think, in a week or 2 or something, which I think is a sequel. I think they're splitting Final Fantasy VII Remake into 3 different games, and they've already gone ahead and made a remake of the first fucking remake, I think, and that's what Integrate is, and that's what I got, I think. Bloody hell. So we have Integrate, and then we have Rebirth, and then I think there's going to be a 3rd one then. I'm really excited to learn about Sephiroth, because I don't know anything about him. But he is like one of the most iconic video game villains of all time, isn't he? The Sephiroth's theme was actually one of the first video game themes I ever heard. First one, of course, was Mario. Obviously. Then Sonic. Actually, Sonic might have come before Mario. Don't know. Sonic Colors was the first game I played on Nintendo 2DS. I don't remember if we had that before the Wii or not. If I did have it before Wii, then indeed, the Sonic Colors theme was like the first video game theme I learned. And the Sonic theme from that. Then probably Halo, and then there's a wee lass. What? What? As a wee lad growing up, I watched a lot of YouTube, and so from that, one of the first games I think really I heard a lot about was Final Fantasy VII, as it was a classic. And so I very quickly learned the Sephiroth theme and how iconic it was. I think the version of the theme which is iconic more so is from Advent Children. I don't know, there's so many different versions of this fucking game. But that's the one where it goes fucking metal and shit. But yeah, the only things I know about Final Fantasy VII is that Sephiroth exists, and that, major spoilers, Aerith dies. I already know Aerith dies. It's the first thing I learnt about Final Fantasy VII. I learnt that probably the same day I heard Sephiroth's theme for the first time. Just watching YouTube, I just got major spoilers. It sucks. And that's just been ingrained in my brain. I don't engage with Final Fantasy at all. I never hear anyone talking about it. But for some reason, little fucking 7 or 8 year old me heard that Aerith dies and decided that's very important information. I should never ever forget it. And I haven't somehow. So I'm going in with that spoiler. Though I don't think it's going to happen in the first game. Because from the trailers I've seen for Rebirth, she's in them. And also Sephiroth's in them. So that's good. But yes, it seems like Aerith isn't going to die until at least Rebirth. So I can rest easy knowing that's happening. Also, of course, I know there's lots of hentai of Tifa. I'm not saying I know from experience, I'm saying I know because of when they hacked the government or wherever that thing was and showed Tifa hentai during the Teams meeting. But yeah, that should be the next game I play, and I'm moderately excited for it. But yeah, this was jolly good. But yeah, so like survival horror games I've played. Signalis as the worst, easily. Then next to that, Resident Evil 3 remake, and then like let's say that's F tier. Signalis and Resident Evil 3 remake. D tier. I hate to say it, but I think Silent Hill 2 goes in D tier. That feels mean. Maybe we can skip D tier. D tier doesn't feel right, but I don't feel like putting it above anything else. Let's skip D tier. Let's skip tiers altogether. Signalis, Resident Evil 3, Silent Hill 2. Just trying to think through like which survival horrors I played. So Resident Evil Revelations count? Resident Evil 8, Resident Evil Revelations, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Resident Evil 4. Actually, I'd probably put Resident Evil 2 Remake above Resident Evil 4 Remake. Sorry. I think it's just like, why play the remake when I can just play the original? And just have a better experience. I think that's part of why I don't replay it at all, because just why? Why would I go back to it? Anyway, this is good. Oh, actually, wait, before I go, again, 17-hour playthrough, I think this game should have been 12 hours tops. Again, I think that awful third of the game could have been cut completely. And I think the game would only be better for it. You'd miss out on some character interactions. I mean, like, that'd be all of Cross cut out of the game, which would kind of suck. But otherwise, that section of the game really should just go. It's just unnecessary bloat, it just makes the game worse. And get fucking rid of the goddamn turrets. What was their official name? Actually, yeah. Let's Google Dead Space enemies. Oh, the new Dead by Daylight killer is really interesting. Their kit is fucking so boring to me. They basically just combined the Doctor with fucking Huntress, I guess. But his design, his voice lines, his Mori is the best Mori in the game. His lore, from what I've heard of it, very, very briefly, literally the first paragraph, seems really good. It seems like they basically wanted to do a Skinwalker, but they didn't feel like quite doing a Skinwalker. Maybe they wanted to do a Wendigo, maybe there was cultural appropriation concerns. I am not going to say my opinions on cultural appropriation on stream. Let's just say I disagree with that being a thing. Dead Space Remake enemies. I should do a tier list. Oh, Game Mate's got a thing. List of all necromorphs and how to beat. Normal necromorphs. Divider. The Divider's a fellow who is literally a regenerator. and splits into smaller guys. Exploder. Guardian. Guardian is with turrets. Cast status to slow pod spawns. Then dismember all tentacles from the stomach. Yeah, that doesn't work though, because the tentacles aren't there when it's spawning turrets. So all you do is just slow down its turret spawns. That doesn't achieve anything. Unless you want, maybe if you just keep shooting in the face, it will eventually kill it. But that's wasting a lot of ammo. Yeah, no, they still suck. Infector. They have weaknesses here. Literally everything is weak to status. The Leaper. Wait, don't have an image for this one. Where's the Leaper? Show me an image. Oh, it's Pleasanton. Pleasanton. Lurker is the babies. And the actual turrets themselves are called pods. Pregnance. Shooting its stomach, it causes it to let out the things. A slasher, a super lurker. Super slasher. The super slashers are the green fuckers. They just take more shots from the regular guy. And I think they run faster. Or they run more often. Twitcher, is that the status dudes? A super leap. I've never noticed there were two different forms of it, quite frankly. Splitters. I noticed the splitters. I never had to do anything to deal with them. I just assumed they're basically just a reskinned regular guy. Spits acid. That's what that text log was about, saying they got a bladder or something, wasn't it? Oh, they're arranged guys. Okay. Never mind. The super pregnant. Special necromorphs. A brute. Hunter, how to beat. Dismember all limbs, cast status, then run away. Yes, the Leviathan, Leviathan Remnant, and the Hive Mind are the only 3 actual boss fights in the game. So although Leviathan and Leviathan Remnant, they are both really good fights, but it is also the same monster, just twice. And they're both 0G. The Hive Mind is just, like, it's fine. There's nothing particularly great about that fight. It's quite a typical survival of a massive fucking monster at the end fight. That's all it is, really. Like, the marker doesn't even come into that fight. There's nothing psychological in that fight. It's a missed opportunity, really. So the boss fights in this game, despite my praise for Leviathan, I would have to say is a bit of a letdown. Phantom Necromorphs are a new type of further enhanced Necromorph with high health. Only appear in New Game Plus. They are hard to take down even with fully upgraded weapons. Phantom Necromorphs. I don't see how they look any different to regular guys. They're just black? Two to 3 times as much health as the standard versions. I'm pretty sure the super versions already have more than triple the fucking health of regular versions. What do you want? Phantom Necromorphs are generally the last to appear in a horde. They can be considered as pseudo-bosses of a Necromorph attack. Cool. I'm glad. I like 99% completed the game as well. We somehow missed one upgrade for the Force gun. Not the Force gun, the Magnum. But otherwise, we got everything. Every side quest, every single fucking room on the Ishimura. Maybe it was behind that 1-star security door, which we unfortunately just got locked off from. Can backtrack back there. Alright, that's that.